Have the fantastic Michael Rodriguez with us tonight.
Thank you.
So I want to jump right into your art because I was checking it out and you have some beautiful pieces. Your fine art just has this amazing detail that kind of jumps off the canvas. Mm-hmm. You have this beautiful way of working with light and the hair in the pieces. Just every little detail is beautiful. But I'm going to back up because I'm getting excited. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you came to doing art.
Well, it's hard to... where do you start off with?
You can go back. You can go way back. Little Michael.
Little Michael, I always did like to draw. I started off by tracing as a little kid, and over the years you get better and better. And in high school, I took art classes. In college, I took more art classes, but I really didn't follow through on that. About about 2008, I started doing photography, and I got really entrenched in that. I did photography until COVID, pretty much, and okay. I did a lot of. If you see a lot of my artwork, it's a lot of like fine art, kind of boudoir, like fine art nudes. Well, my photography was mostly like related to that.
Okay.
So obviously, along come COVID, we can't really mix with people, and we don't want to get each other sick. So it kind of like I needed to do something.
Yeah.
So I had a really good friend, Rachel, that. We went on a little art date, and she brought watercolors, and I was playing with them, and I fell in love with them. And I already knew how to sketch and draw, but never painting. So it's been about 3 years since COVID ended.
Yeah, I guess I'm going on 4 years now, huh?
Yeah, I think so. So that's about my length of painting. So obviously I'm getting better, and I'm trying to
Honestly, it's incredible. It's only been that long. So you must have a natural talent.
I think I have, truthfully, the way I see it is I have a really good concept of shading and depth. So if I have a medium that I know how to shade, I think I could do it. I'm trying to learn oil painting, but it's a complicated process too.
So is your main medium then the watercolors?
Yes.
Okay. So went from photography to watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And now you're messing with the oils a little bit.
A little bit. I don't want to go on a big tangent.
Yeah.
Watercolor is its own beast. It's unforgiving, and you make a mistake, it's pretty much most likely that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's almost harder to work with than the oil.
Yeah, because oil you could just layer and fix.
You're like, cool, I'll just slap some more stuff over that.
Yeah, pretty much. You could just redo the whole painting if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But watercolor, once you make a terrible mistake, it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
I think the piece that I have here, Solar Vines. I don't know if you've seen the two I have up here.
No, I just checked out all your stuff on your page. I was creeping on your page and looking at all your pieces and stuff like that.
It's the one where it has a solar flare, halo around it.
Ooh,
it's
okay.
It's the newest, one of the newest ones.
You guys will have to come check it out. It's hanging up in exhibit.
It is. But that one I made a mistake where I dropped, I was painting her hair, and some drop of paint landed on her sternum, chest area. And so the only way I could fix it is to paint hair, extend her hair, flying over her part of her chest. And I was hey, it worked.
Had a little accident?
It would have been, my original vision was without that, but it worked really well. It just happens.
I feel like the hair details in your drawings are just exquisite, the light and everything. I can tell you've worked with photography because you know where to hit the light and the pictures and things like that, so you know where to accent correctly. Like you said, your shading and things is just fabulous.
I'm always trying to for me it's the eyes too. To catch light in your eye. You have catch lights in your eyes, and I'm just thinking about photography the whole time I'm looking at your face. But it's just those things help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know where to go in and, add the light and add the shading and things like that from photography. So I'm sure that helps.
I assume that's where it makes it easier. You're probably
Not so
totally
much easy.
right.
I don't think it's easy, but you make it look easy. So explain to me a little bit of what inspired you, to start getting into, art, what kind of sparked that for you? Photography. Why'd you pick up the camera?
Photography, it started off as macro photography, like taking pictures of like insect eyes and stuff that we don't normally
really
see.
Hard. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's weird.
You're
It's
like, let me go really, really deep with it.
yeah, you're like, you flip the lens. At the time I was using like an early digital camera, and you would use adapters, and you would flip over a lens the other way so you could get a really weird close-up view, but it's like paper thin depth of field. Anyways, that's like a whole tangent. I started off with that, and then I started with eyes, like human eyes, and I was fascinated by that. From there, I just started taking pictures of people, like portraits, and I got involved with. Well, I became friends with a group of people that would do the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Oh,
like
awesome.
a troupe.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were, they were very like open, I guess, about themselves, and they would ask me if they would shoot like maybe like artsy nudes, and I was like, I don't know, I guess I could try it.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out really well, and that's how I got into that line. But I also did professional like headshots. I did a lot of portraits of like students from ADA, like American Academy of Dramatic Arts, I believe, in Hollywood. And so that kind of opened it up like crazy. Once I started doing that, it was like people from other countries wanting to shoot, and it was fun until COVID.
That's so cool. Oh, are you still doing photography now?
I do photography, but not as extensive as I used to. I only really jump into stuff if I'm interested in it, or if someone comes to me wanting a specific look that and I know them.
Yeah.
New people, it happens, but unless I have like a vision of something, or I think more now, a lot of times I shoot for reference art for painting.
For your painting. Okay.
Yeah. And some of my paintings are from my photography too.
I was gonna say a lot of it. I feel like you could probably pull from your photography, or it seems like that, especially since you're doing like the boudoir kind of stuff.
Yeah, when you have a big catalog, it's not that hard to find reference work, and as long as if you get likenesses, you obviously have to talk to the person. See, I'm going to paint you. Is that okay?
Yeah, 100%. So how do you go about? So moving on to that, how do you go about like choosing your subjects, or who you're gonna like, how you're gonna mix things? Because I saw a lot of like Day of the Dead, like inspiration type stuff.
That just started about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I started dabbling in it, and I just expanding that, and I really like the history and the meaning behind it, and I like incorporating it into my art, even though I don't know if it's for everyone too, because how do you equate like sexuality and Day of the Dead together? It's kind of a weird mix.
But art is subjective.
Yeah.
So I feel like, there's always that niche that people are, you're still respectful with it, and I think you represent it very, very well. And I think, there's that mixed medium to it as well. So
it's like always in the back of my mind, is this too much? Am I going too far?
No matter what, we're always going to offend somebody. Sometimes we just got to say, fuck it.
I'm pretty sure everyone deals with that. Like, did it just go too far?
Oh, I know. We're like, where's the line? Did I cross it?
Maybe I should push the line.
So that kind of like segues into my next question. Like, what emotions or like messages do you have that you want to like convey through your photography? Or do you have anything like that you really want to get across?
I think it's a connection. I really like the connection between like maybe the subject and the viewer, or just between two people. Like some of my photography, it has to do a lot with touch, like passion and sensual touch. Not like in an adult way, but just like touching your faces and skin to skin contact. I really enjoy that kind of like capturing that kind of moment and sharing it, and I would want people to look at like my paintings or my photography and just see themselves in that. Like, this is I experienced this too. You know, that's what I want.
Do you feel like it kind of, you're helping take away a little bit of that taboo from that type
I'm
of
not
stuff?
that big of a like trendsetter.
Oh.
I think there is a lot of taboo out there that needs to be I think would be healthy if it was more open.
Yeah.
I think it would solve some issues that our society sees, but that's a complex issue.
It is.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if we could do anything to desensitize a lot of like men, to like concepts of like what women like represent, it would help out with a lot of things.
Yeah, a more sensitive sensuality
Yeah.
feel about it.
And not sexualizing, like straight sexualizing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to always be sexual. It can be more sensual and have more meaning behind it instead of like, just, oh, well, there's your boobs,
I know.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, some of our has like boobs in it, but it's just not the main focus of what I'm trying to represent.
It's sexy. It's it's beautiful. It's not something to be oh, this is just for this one purpose. It has multiple purposes. It's something very beautiful to look at and enjoy. Yeah, I get it. That's awesome.
Nice.
So are there any specific techniques or styles you prefer when you're painting your portraits?
So you probably noticed I like doing a lot of gilding in my work.
I love the gold on there. It's so beautiful. That was the word I couldn't come up with, so I'm glad you said it. The gilding.
The gilding. I fell in love with that. There's some like artists that I like Kellogg Loops. He's like an internet he's on Instagram.
Okay.
And he started doing I learned off of him.
Okay.
YouTube University, literally.
Oh, okay.
So nice. I watched a lot of his videos and other people's videos, and that's how I learned. But gilding, I like that raw earth, adding pieces of earth to my painting. I mean, all the pigments are, from the earth anyways, but like gold, it's like 24 karat gold or 23 karat rose gold. It's just so striking and catches your eye at the right angle. When you're done with this, you could check out the paintings and you could just look at them, and they're
I want to see the ones here.
They're just from a distance, they just like capture your eye, and it frames like the subject really well. There's the gold gilding is probably something I'm working a lot on, and I'll talk about a little future project I'm working on.
Please do. Yeah.
So you know what shibari is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so this. One of the paintings I have here is like touching on that, but like braided rope, what I want to do is I want to paint individual strands for the rope and have it raised so you could literally see it's gold rope, looks like it's coming out of the painting.
Oh, I love
so
that. I can totally visualize
detailed,
that.
yeah. So that's something I'm working on, and that should be exciting when I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of work.
It will be.
But it's going to be gorgeous when it's done.
It's the same with hair. I want the same process. I want to make individual gold strands and make it super dense like a regular head of hair.
I kind of felt like there's a painting of yours with a girl on the ground and she's like flipping her hair back. Did you do the gilding on that one?
Yeah, that was one of my early paintings too.
There's so much action in that, and you can just feel the emotion in that painting. It's gorgeous. You guys go on, check it out, you guys.
I saw you like that one, so I was like, oh,
I was like, I took a look like a total creep. I was like all the way down there. I'm like, that one's amazing.
Hair flips, like that's straight out of some of my early photography. That's with a wonderful model, Anna.
Okay.
It's a real. I like hair flips. It's just tiring to shoot.
Well, it's got that movement. I mean, it just invokes like an emotion. You can see that, okay, she's either enjoying herself thoroughly or there's, something going on there. So how do you handle, so I know you're very adaptable because you said you had spilt something on one of your portraits or your paintings and you had to change it right away. So how are you with handling those challenges and your difficulties when painting?
Well, sometimes you're like going along and you have a wonderful painting and you make a mistake and it's just like the only solution is to start over.
Oh no.
The painting that painting I just told you about, it's the second version of the painting. The first original version, I was using a blue paint. I think it was Mayan blue, and it stained in a weird way. I think it might have been like oil from my fingers. You got to be like super, don't touch the paper when you're painting because the pigment will stick to the oil and it'll make it darker. And it was like right in like the cleavage area, and it was like there's no way to fix it. And so I had to like literally start over, but it came out better than I expected either way.
Maybe the second go around was like the magic minerals.
Yeah. Well, I had to like gloves on my hands and like don't touch it, paper towels everywhere. I think there's like a video I think on my TikTok that shows me painting through it.
Oh, that's great. Okay. We'll link all of your socials too,
For sure.
because everyone's got to check them out. Your work is great. So what has been your most like, as far as like working with either painting or, models and like the boudoir stuff throughout your career and things you've worked on, what's been your most memorable experience so far?
It's truthfully, it's when like some of the like amazing ladies I worked with, they tell me stuff like, I love working with you, and you're, for some reason they always say the similar phrase where I'm soothing. It's like, I don't know, okay. So I don't
That
know.
calming personality. I can see that.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it's also when I'm dialed in, I'm like, I talk, I try to explain everything, and there's no surprises in
Yeah, you're
my photography.
professional.
Yeah.
And because I've worked with a lot of photographers, and you either get the creepy heebie jeebs off of a photographer, or you're like, okay, this is a good dude, and we're going to be, it's,
Yeah.
a chill vibe, and you're,
Yeah,
I
there's
can
just
see that.
there's no point in ever being like bringing something out, like like something unexpected.
Yeah.
I would like everything talked about
Yeah.
to extreme, and what's like what people are happy with and what they don't like or what they do like.
Yeah, they
It's
know
the
what to
only way.
expect from you. You know what you need from them. Situation, that's good.
And it helps a lot with word of mouth,
Oh, yeah.
obviously, because
Well,
helps.
reputation gets around, 100%, especially
Oh, yeah.
through the modeling community. But I've even had in the past, worked with photographers that I've been totally comfortable with, and the other girls have been uncomfortable with. So I think too, it's like the model knowing what to expect and what needs to be expected of that photographer, and vice versa too, because I know there's been some crazy cuckoo models too. So
Yeah, luckily I've been in a pretty drama-free environment, so
You're
I'm
very
happy
lucky.
about that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand what could happen and what has happened, and I've had other photographers and model friends that tell me stories, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in your line of photography, because I
Oh,
know things can get a little crazy.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's going on with you? Do you have any shows coming up here?
Just here,
Okay.
not far from here, Bootlegger,
Okay,
the
yeah,
brewery.
I know that's at. That's awesome.
I had about like 8 of my paintings up there earlier, but they asked me to come back post, once this run's done, and with some new paintings. They really enjoyed them, so I'll probably do that. Truthfully, I'm really new to gallery shows. This is probably my second time showing my work in public, so it's like really new for me.
That's great, though. I mean, especially only, like you said, 4 years in with this, and you're doing shows and everything. That's huge.
Yeah, I hope it just keeps going. I'm excited about it. See how it grows up.
Yeah. Have you been successful at selling a few pieces?
Yeah, I sold like 3 pieces through my little showings. I'm excited
That's
about
wonderful.
that. And then like privately, yeah.
That's fantastic. Aw, so what do you hope that viewers, when they're looking at your work, like whether it be photography or your paintings and things like that, what do you hope that they take away from those pieces?
I hope they get like raw emotions flowing through them, good or bad. It's just how people, I want them to experience some emotion that shows that they're, obviously they're living, but shows that they're alive still, and whatever, just want them to be excited about my work.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the true success is someone hanging one of my paintings in their home. It doesn't matter about like the money or anything. I just want people to enjoy my work and look at it and share it with their friends.
100%. That's like the ultimate goal. Walk into random places, you're like, that's my work.
I know, right? It's like, oh, yeah, or that's my painting.
And so what are your future plans? I know you said you have a show coming up. Let's say like 2 years down the road, what's your big goals? What are you working towards right now?
Probably like a bigger private like gallery showing or something where, like in Hollywood or something where, open to the public and bigger, you're taking stepping stones. I have friends that are like insane in the art, like big gallery shows. One day, I just want like more people to see my work in person.
Well, and as far as what you said, your art has progressed so much, and it seems like so quickly that I think you're on the right track for sure.
Thank you. I think the only limiting factor is learning technique, and that's it.
That's everybody, right?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like 10,000 hours.
Constantly learning, yeah. Oh, thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your story and things like that. Any words of wisdom to leave us with today?
Just be kind and happy. That's it.
Nice. Okay, I always throw a trick question in there. for everyone, all of my little interviewees, what is your favorite scary movie?
The Thing.
Yes, I love. Okay, the new one or the old one?
The old one.
Yes, original all the way. I love it. I love it too because everyone has a different answer. It's always something different.
It's like one of the only scary movies that doesn't have a subplot about like romance or some like tangents. It's everyone's trying to survive. Everyone's doing their best to survive and making the best decision possible at the moment. It's like, it's really cool.
And they're actually working together.
Yeah.
I love that. Because so many of these movies, like even watching Walking Dead, I'm like, it's all the humans fighting against the humans. It always goes back to like conflict. I'm all, do you realize the zombies are coming to kill you?
I know, right?
Oh, well, thank you. And I wish you nothing but good luck. And I can't
you.
wait to see more of your pieces. I absolutely enjoy them. They're so beautiful. So thank you so much. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.